Ryan Strome has been very solid.
Oh, out of the box comes Strome, and he scores! Ryan Strome was Johnny on the spot.
He's filled in really nice. He's having himself a really underrated season.
Rebound, Strome sends it home. Third time the charm for Ryan Strome. Strome tips it in, and the Ducks have turned this into a brand new game. Great hands from Ryan Strome. Back to Strome, takes the shot, he scores! First multiple goal game as a Duck for Ryan Strome.
Ryan Strome, you look at what he's done in his last 5 road games as the Ducks get ready to take part in the freeway faceoff again, taking on the Kings in Los Angeles. We welcome Ryan to the show. When I hear Anaheim, the first thing I think of is the happiest place on earth, Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure. Ducks Day at Disney just happened. Am I right? And if so, what'd you think?
Yeah, it's great. The team always does a really good job of accommodating us, and we have so many great underrated fans down here in Southern California that come out and support us. And it's really a great day, and I know the kids have a blast. And I know for myself to see the look on my kids' faces going on the rides and stuff is look at that. That's awesome. It's pretty special. So it was a great day. I think it was probably the greatest day of their life, and to see them that happy, I think would bring joy to any parent.
A great way to celebrate the 30th anniversary there. You know it. You lived it.
Hey, listen, I love those jerseys. I love watching the highlights of you skating in there. Here's a question, more that you can explain to the people back east who don't get to see it. Can you tell of the intensity when you have this freeway face-off? I mean, L.A. against Anaheim, especially if it's in your building and you got 7,000 people from L.A. cheering for them. How intense those games are?
Yeah, they're always really intense. And I think, since I've been here, there's been quite the rivalry. I think it's been really heated every game. There's some rough stuff. And obviously, they're a great team, and they're, pushing towards, a Stanley Cup run in their minds. And, for us, we're an up-and-coming team with, I feel like with a lot to prove. And, a little bit of our chip on our shoulder. We've had some ups and downs, but I think when you play a team, especially a rival and a team in your division, you want to bring your A game. So, there've always been good games. They're a lot of fun. They're a great hockey team, and it's good. I think the fans of Southern California really come out and they get passionate about that game, and that's what you want in hockey in the NHL. And it's a lot of fun to play any rivalry game. I've got to play in, a few of them, whether it's Western Canada or New York or certain spots, and this is right up there with the hatred and the passion. And like I said, they're always the most fun games.
I wanted to ask you, Ryan, what's it like playing under Greg Cronin? And then another part, you're one of the veteran players on the team with all those young superstars coming up along with yourself. What's it like trying to teach them the game, like you said, during the up and downs of the league?
Yeah, no, it's been good. I think I have a little bit of a relationship with Crow. He coached me a couple years ago for the Islanders. He was an assistant coach. So it was nice to have a little bit of familiarity. I kind of knew what to expect. He's a hard-nosed guy. He brings a level of accountability to the group, and he brings a lot of passion, a lot of energy. So I think it's been good. It's been a nice, we've had some ups and downs, obviously, like I mentioned already. But, for the most part, I think we're building a foundation of work ethic and, reliability and those key things that you can't really go anywhere without. And we're trying to build that base now. And in terms of the young guys, we have so much potential with those guys. They, they're still 20, 18, 19 years old, some of these kids. And to watch them grow in front of your eyes is awesome. And I think, their youth and their enthusiasm really rubs off on the older guys just as much as we rub off on them, because, to see their excitement and to see, these young kids with just a whole future ahead of them is so exciting. And it feels like yesterday I was a young guy, and I feel like time goes by way too fast in this business. And you just try to soak it in, and these guys, allow you to kind of put yourself in their shoes. And, they're kind of single guys with living in California and really nothing going on during their day. So it's fun to kind of live through them a little bit and watch their excitement for hockey and their joy and how much they love the game.
You go.
So when we talk about the young guys, there's certain names that come to mind right away. Even though I'm all USA all the time, when I saw Mason McTavish play for Team Canada and make that stop with the gold medal hanging in the balance, I became a fan of his for life. When you watch him play and practice and skate and just make the rounds as an NHLer, what impresses you the most about him?
I think just his professionalism. I think he's the type of guy that's really mature beyond his years, whether it's physical, mentally, the way he plays. I think if you look at him, he looks like he's 25 or 30 years old, just his size and he's got the scruffy hair and all that stuff. So he, like I said, he's mature beyond his years. I think he's he hasn't really played much hockey. I was joking about this the other day. He only played like a year and a half of junior hockey, and he kind of got thrusted into the NHL because COVID and all this stuff going on, and he got kind of fast tracked. So to see where he's at in his career without much development time is pretty impressive. And I think, anytime he kind of stumbles or doesn't have a great game, I just try to remind him, I'm like, you're so young, you've got here so fast, faster than probably anybody with like the COVID years, like I mentioned in junior, kind of cutting that short. And he's going to be a great player for a long time. He's a leader. He's going to, continue to grow into that role. And he's a foundational piece for sure. So like I said, he's one of the guys that's fun to be around, and he's a great guy away from the rink too. So he's a good teammate to have.
I'm on this rivalry kick tonight. Okay. So your brother plays last night, gets a couple, I think he got a couple goals. Now, do you watch it and do you phone him and say, or do you say, okay, I'll show you. I'm going to go out tonight and I'm going to do the same thing and show you. Is there a little give and take? And you guys have contests of who's going to do better this year or that year when you're talking in the summer?
Good question. There's a little bit of rivalry. Our careers have kind of copycatted each other a little bit. We both had some ups and downs and some good times, some low times and whatnot. But, right now, I think for us as a family and me as a brother, I'm just so happy watching him kind of, take the reins from Backstrom and some of those guys a little bit. Kuznetsov's out right now. And, there's a big hole there, and he stepped into that. And it's not always the easiest to play with some of these older, really established players. And he's doing it, and he's playing really well. I think he's leading their team in scoring. And, he's just like, to be a guy that's, taking that reins and taking that challenge from those other guys, and to be kind of, trying to push the team into the playoffs and doing everything he can every game. They've got a good thing going there. They've got a really committed group, and they've got a great will to win games, and they've found ways lately. And it's fun to watch him do that. I know how badly he wants to play in the playoffs. And as a brother, you just want to support him and keep pushing him because they've been doing a great job there. And he's been one of the ringleaders, and it's great to follow him.
Do you ever call him and say what the temperature is where you are versus where he is?
Yeah, we're definitely, me and my wife aren't afraid to definitely brag a little bit about the weather. I think, when the sun's shining, palm trees in your backyard every day, it's tough to complain. But you know what? My parents love there it is right there. Yeah, my parents love visiting, and they're very supportive of wherever we're playing. I can honestly say, even when I was playing in Edmonton in -30, they were there supporting, and they would come visit nonstop. So we've got a great support system, and I think the added weather in California definitely attracts a few more visitors, that's for sure.
And because of all the different stops you've made and playing all around the league for years, what's different about Anaheim that you can say exists there but not the other stops you've made?
Well, I live probably 2 miles, less than maybe a mile and a half from the beach, so that's definitely super different.
Wow.
I think that's something that I never thought I would be able to say or do. And being an East Coast kid, and I spent most of my career in the East Coast, and I'm from Toronto, I think that's, you never really think you're going to live a lifestyle like this. And when you sign here and you get here and you put your roots down a little bit, and you're kind of just going through your daily routine, and you look around and get to realize where you are, it's pretty special. So we've got a great, passionate fan base that has supported us since I've been here through some good times and some bad times. And I think as players, we just want to continue to try to push the needle and, have a great end of the season here and push that into next year and continue to get this thing going in the right direction. And we've got a lot of good things going. We just got to kind of stick with it and keep building slowly. And, for me, just try to be a big part of that and just try to have a great time doing it at the same time.
I know this, Ryan. Ducks fans not only appreciate what you do on the ice, but the maturity, the attitude, and the unselfishness that you bring off the ice. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Anytime.
Good luck tonight.
Our pleasure.